That's the question I need to ask right here. Do you know nothing about Dwarf Fortress? If you know nothing about Dwarf Fortress, I will do a full overview. Also, we should probably do a tour anyway, so it's up to you guys whether or not we do full overview plus explanationaries of what's going on, or if we just get going. It's up to you guys. It's kind of like RimWorld or the other way. RimWorld is kind of like Dwarf Fortress. RimWorld is inspired by Dwarf Fortress. We need to cut this whole hill out over here. RimWorld is inspired by Dwarf Fortress, really. If you're used to playing a lot of RimWorld, you will eventually start to kind of see the similarities, that's a word. Similarities between the two, if you stare at them both enough. Because they are most definitely there. You've been looking forward to this? Well, that's good. All right, so if I zoom out here a little bit, let's turn my music down a little bit because now it's loud for even me. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we've been in this fort for a little bit now. This is the fort of Wallyore, the faction, the Humorous Seals, and this is above ground. We have a large stockpile of corpses over there alongside of kind of our fortress in the middle. There's multiple graphical versions. Blackpoint, there's Masterwork, which is the meth tile set. There's the one that's built into the game by default. There's Iron Forge. There's lots of different graphical versions, but I find them harder to look at. I think they're too busy. I actually find the game... Yeah, it's been teaching me a lot about geology as well. I find it actually easier to look at in more of an ASCII format. It might take a little bit longer for somebody else to get used to, but once you kind of look at it for 15 minutes, it's fine. Like, I can look at any version of Dwarf Fortress now, vanilla. Like, this is after a few hundred hours of play. Vanilla, something with a whole bunch of graphics, hell, Armok Vision, which is fully 3D and looks kind of like Minecraft. Literally any different version of Dwarf Fortress now, and it all just still kind of looks like Dwarf Fortress. So you just kind of get used to all the tile sets at the same time. But yeah, you do need to kind of think a little bit. All right, so this is where things start getting confusing immediately, right? So if you're used to looking at RimWorld specifically, imagine it like it's stacked RimWorld maps, right? Each one of the maps has height, depth, and space. So it's fully 3D, believe it or not. Yeah, something, Matrix memes, something, Cycle Boy. So if we zoom all the way back in, right? Let's actually zoom out one. I like being one tick out. And I turn on the view, we can see that we have dwarves, right? We have walls. This is not vanilla, by the way, for reference. This is actually a tile set that is partially customized by a YouTuber named Krug Smash, where he does Let's Plays and stuff. It's just the one I'm the most used to. I might swap over to something else at some point, but this is the one I've been using. Food? Alrighty. We'll see when we see it. Kokra. So if we look around, we're above ground right now. We're on the surface. This is sand. We have some alfalfa leaves, and we have tree trunks. Now I'm going to go up a layer, right? So now we can see this is actually a tree. We can see the branches coming off of the tree, and we're a little bit higher up, so we can actually see the ground still, but it's kind of distant. It's like off in the distance a little bit. You can sort of make out what's on the ground, but it's maybe a little bit too far away to actually see. Now we can see over here we have a higher level. So if we go back down, this just looks like blackness. It's because you're looking into that level, right? So if you're used to looking at RimWorld all the time, it's sort of like when you're looking at a mountain. But what if you could zoom up and over that mountain and be like, oh, that is the higher level. And that's what this is. We can actually carve this out. We can cut this whole layer out if we wanted to, dig down to this level again and make this all open space on this layer, which is probably something we're going to do today. Up here, we have even more trees, as well as some really big trees, which are these guys with the little circle in the middle with the almost wall-looking thing. People hate it when I do this, but imagine those bigger trees like Minecraft trees, where they take up space and they have cubes kind of thing. So I can pop up a couple layers, and then we can see the trunk stretching out. And we can see all these highwood branches. They're all covered in snow right now, which is why they're blue, because we're in the middle of winter. I can pop up a couple more Z levels, and you can kind of see the tops of the trees. Now, think about this kind of blue fog, which is called open space. Think of it kind of like in a PS1 game, or, yeah, they are really big trees. Or like in N64, where you just have that fog after a little while, right? You don't really have the best distance, the view distance. There are mods and various tile sets that let you see the ground from up here, but I find this easier, actually. If we zoom back down and get a little closer, suddenly we're starting to see it through the fog, and then bam, we can see the ground again. So that's kind of the outside a little bit. If we zoom in, we can then see all of our dwarves down here. These are all characters. We're currently carrying stuff down. I think these are actually just recent migrants, are they? I think they're just recent migrants. Yes, we just had a migrant wave. So these dwarves that are all walking in here right now are dwarves on a recent migrant wave. Now, if there's anybody in here who would like to, yeah, piles of vomit as well. Don't mind the vomit. No, I do not use Dwarf Therapist. I want to say it's not necessary. I know it for a lot of people it is. I want it to not be necessary for me because I think it'll make me better at the game in the long run, and that is my goal, is to be good at the game. Yep. So these guys are pretty obvious. These are walls. In here is actually flooring tile. They look a little bit nicer and they're smoother, but they cost more. And then out here is road tiles. This is all dustings of snow and then piles of vomit. Dwarves who spend a lot of time underground don't like the sun very much. So when they come above ground, they just vomit everywhere. And we were recently doing some construction up here and rearming these traps up here. And so they came up and they were all just puking everywhere, and it was a whole thing. It wasn't really something that you want to, spend too much time worrying about. It's fine. They're fine, okay? So right here, we have a closable drawbridge, which is this wall out here. It's a slate bridge, so we can slam that shut, as well as some statues, and this right here is our trading spot. So this is where caravans park. We do have ways up onto the walls. It's mostly just kind of set up as like a way to just kind of funnel invaders into here. We might make this better in the future. It kind of sucks. They do vomit from drinking too much alcohol. It is possible to become completely inebriated and vomit, yes. It's also possible for them to like get into a fist fight, punch each other, spill their drinks on the ground, and then slip and fall on the spilled drink. And you can read about all that. Someone is carrying what looks like a dead turkey. Or it's either a dead turkey or a dead troglodyte. I'm not actually totally sure. So over here, these are a bunch of corpses, right? So if you don't know what you're looking at in Dwarf Fortress, they might just look like a bunch of T's, a bunch of U's, and then some weird squiggles. So these weird squiggles, work with me here, are mostly bones or various portions of dead bodies. So they're body parts, right? So there's a bunch of upper left forearms. These are all named characters. I'm not entirely certain who they are. They're probably these humans that attacked us, which are these U's. So these capital U's are humans. We also have, and they all had history, and they all had stories. They're all named. They probably have families somewhere that are still alive. There's a bunch of troglodytes, which are cave creatures. A dead dwarf, who maybe needs to be dealt with. I'm not entirely certain, actually. And then a few goblins as well as a bunch of vermin corpses. We do need a better use for those. We could just crush them, but I'd rather not. We need to get rid of those corpses, essentially. So if we go down here, this is our staircase going down. We're flying down a bunch of Z levels until we come down to the caverns. And this is where the main fortress is. Don't ask me why there's a dead human over there. I'm not actually sure how he got there. He's been there for about 5 years. And then if we fly over here, don't ask me why there's a dead dwarf on the roof. Again, no idea how he got there. Genuinely, no idea how he got there. He just showed up there one day covered in spiderwebs after we sealed it off. So, like, I built this roof, built the walls, sealed the roof off, and judging by this dwarf's name, I don't actually think they were a member of our fortress at any point. They just somehow ended up there. Not sure how that happened. Do dwarves sit inside all day playing PC games? Because you might be one. Yeah, if you I mean, Felmood is very different. Because Felmood would mean that they go and murder somebody. That would be a strange mood. It's like just a general strange mood or a possession. They would go and collect a bunch of things and then build an artifact. But a fel mood is they go and murder another dwarf and use their bones and flesh to create an artifact. Yeah, it's a smear of Kib's blood. Yeah, my only theory is giant spider. So down here is kind of the main fortress. We have this underground lake. This lovely, lovely underground lake. And these are all of our bedrooms. Now you might notice that there's some dots. That's because there's a lower level to this. This is a giant open pit that we've hollowed out in this cavern. I'm working on more bedrooms back here. Okay. So if we look down here, this is kind of our farming area where our dwarves are farming food. We also have some livestock stored in here. I probably need a better spot for the livestock. It's kind of unfortunate, really. Back here is our mayor's slash leadership area, which might get sent over to someone else. Re-election? Am I missing an inside joke here? I don't... Or are you going to go vote or something? Because I don't follow Austrian politics. Kind of at all. Yay? Yeah, exactly. Yay? So we have bedrooms all the way kind of out on the outside. Dwarves do have their own possessions, which need to be stored in cabinets, which is kind of why this dwarf stuff is kind of just strewn everywhere. Today I need to worry about getting better clothing for my dwarves, because my dwarves kind of don't really have good clothing. You are really upset. Why that? He was bored after being unable to practice a craft for too long. Okay, you know what? You're bored after being unable to practice a craft for too long. I'm going to quickly assign you. Oopsies, that's the wrong button. That's what I wanted. You are going to... It always takes me 10 seconds to remember how to do this. Some stone crafting. We're gonna go make some mugs or something. I mean, Austrian politics have been all over the place lately. It's all very opinion. Inspired by right-wing government. I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. I don't really have an issue with talking about politics in my chat. I think I have a rule that says please don't talk about politics. It's more don't argue about politics. And mostly that's a rule for me to not go screaming about guns and my radical opinions against guns. So I generally avoid politics because it stops me from screaming at people. But like, yeah, cool. Just go vote. That's all I can say about politics, regardless of where you are. I need to place in some doors, so we're gonna do that. I've got a couple doors that need to be placed. And then we'll continue searching. Yeah, my only real issue with talking about politics on Twitch is just... It just turns into a shouting fest every time. Doesn't matter how mature the chat is. Let's drop down here. So this is our crafting layer. Excuse me? What are you carrying? Like, actually, excuse me, what are you carrying? Oh, it's a giant Olm partial skeleton. Where the fuck did you get a giant Olm? All right. Well, anyway, down here is our crafting area. Over here is our manager's office, who manages and oversees all of our industry. We have beer brewing. We have logs. We have stone blocks. We have stone crafts. We have gems. We have jewelry. A little bit of jewelry. Down here, this room back here is kind of our barracks area, as well as our military commander's office. On this fortress, Exodus? Well, on my YouTube channel, I have backups of all my streams. So how many streams have I done? I think we've done 6 streams of this. Yeah, 6 streams. So 5, 10, 15, 25, 26, 30 something hours? Give or take? 30 something hours? Yeah. If I go over here, there's a little down ramp right here, which you might notice. This goes down here. This is a hallway full of art. If I go down another layer, this is a yet soon to be hallway full of art. If I go down another layer, this is also soon to be another hallway full of art. If I go down another layer, this is also soon to be another hallway full of art. This is also soon to be another hallway full of art. And you're starting to see some mushrooms carrying a giant cave crocodile corpse up. Somehow we found a bunch of cave crocodiles. And then down here, suddenly you might notice, oh, would you look at this? There's just stuff everywhere. Stuff happening everywhere. And this is where we continue. As this is the current project. So this is kind of a very scary spot. And the reason it's a very scary spot is because there was a giant spider running around in here. Like an ancient beast. Nexium, really? This fortress is huge. Right? It's cool, ain't it? But this is the lower caverns that we are working on conquering at this point. So, that's where we're currently at. The only real problem that we currently have is we need to repopulate my military again because we lost 4 people in the last fight. We did get attacked by a bunch of humans towards the end of last week? Yes. So we have a few scarred for life dwarves, as you can see right there. Or that's actually a human hammerman who canceled sleep due to being horrified. But yeah, so currently we are working on filling in this thing right here, which goes all the way down to there, up here with floors. And I'm not sure what we'll do with down here. You know, honestly, don't hate me, FG. Just try it yourself, and then thank me later, right? You know, just get into it and enjoy it, because goddamn, it's a good time. What's the lowest level? 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 12, 13, 14, 15, 152. That's probably all just lava, or literally hell. Well, here's the thing, Q-Compare, right? You don't need to wait for the Steam version. The Steam version's not going to make the game any easier. It's not. It's not going to make it easier to learn. It's not going to make it easier to play. It's just going to add a graphical tile set, right? And it will and a soundtrack. That's the part I'm excited for. But let's see if this is working. I always just show this to people because, like, if you just want to play Dwarf Fortress with graphics, you can already play Dwarf Fortress with graphics. It's made by people who are working on the Steam version. And it's free. Okay? So you'll see all this lovely... Whoopsies. Where's the thingy? You know, all this lovely stuff. If that's all that you want... That already exists. And I always tell people this. It's like, that already exists. If that's what you want, it's there. And it's free. Also, the game is free right now, so you don't have to buy anything. Yes, Dwarf Fortress is free. Just go to bay12games.com/dwarves and download it. It's free. Okay? If you want to support the developer, you can do so on Patreon, okay? Or by sending them money directly. There's several different methods of supporting them. They were, like, funded off of nothing but PayPal donations for a very long time. It's because no one knows where to look, you compare. To be fair, their website looks like 1991 vomited on a modern computer. Like look at this thing. This is a freaking nightmare. But it's okay. Just click this button and download it. That's all that you need to do is click that button and download it. And then if you have trouble setting the game itself up, which is actually like the hard. Oopsies, that's the wrong screen. Which is actually the hardest part, at least for me. It was the hardest part, was just setting the game up. Watch a tutorial, because there's no settings menu. You have to edit an INI file. Okay, it's easy. Actually, getting it to screen capture was really easy. Like, that's just screen capture, done. As long as you're playing in window mode, it's easy. Just capture specific window, screen capture, done. But, like... yeah. Playing it on Z-axis, room world is perfect for you in that regard. Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I would agree with that more a year ago, right? For me, there is, to an extent, I agree with that completely, but also at the same time, it's one of those things where it's something you complain about until you use it for a bit. And that's the only way I can explain it, because... yes, it is really complicated initially. But when it clicks, it just makes sense. What do I like and hate most about Dwarf Fortress? Figuring out what I'm looking at is the hardest part that I hate the most. And that won't be fixed. That isn't fixed by a graphical tile set. Like, going, okay, well, why, like, let's look up in this for a second here. And, okay, so I know why Sanctum Spirit is slipped into depression. I know why that happened. This dwarf, right? Or this human, right? This human is horrified. Let's see if I can find this human. Nope. All right, well, and just learning how to do this is the hardest part about Dwarf Fortress. Is just general figuring out how to locate something. So let's just say, where'd you go? Something has emptied a cage, yada yada, some migrants have arrived. I need to find something that was canceled and see if I can find the item. Raul, where did you go? Like, just locating a specific thing can be really difficult, right? Which graphical tile set? It's Meph's tile set. If you literally just type in Meph tile set, M-E-P-H tile set, it's the first thing that pops up. I'll link it in chat a bunch of times. That one. Yeah, no, so it's... the hardest part about Dwarf Fortress, the thing that I don't like the most about Dwarf Fortress is locating something, because that takes so long if you don't know what you're looking for. But it's just like learning any really complicated game. It just takes time. The thing that I love the most... This is what I love the most. This is the world map. So this is what Dwarf Fortress does better than any other game in this genre. If you even want to call this thing a game. Than any other world simulation, right? This is what Dwarf Fortress does better than anything. And this is why Dwarf Fortress is so amazing. That little flickering X, that is X mark the spot, right? That is our fort. That's Wallyore. The Fortress of Wallyore. The Dwarven Fortress of Wallyore. In the site government, the Column Keys, and we are part of the Humorous Seals. We have some artifacts here that we've created. Some we've created ourselves, and some that have been left here. Okay? Now, right over here, nearly a day's travel away, is the Fortress of Fernsaber. Now, Fernsaber was a fort that I created, that I abandoned because I was unable to do what I wanted to do with it. I was only there for about 4 hours of a stream. Most of those dwarves migrated over to this fort. If we go down here, this is my first ever fortress that I did on stream. Living in the Blunt Hill Metal Breaches. Okay? This is my first ever fort. It lasted a stream and a half and then got overrun by werecats. Luckily, we haven't seen any werecats since. But there are dwarves in my current fortress from that fort. Okay? There are several dwarves from that fortress that I guess abandoned when I abandoned that fortress to ruin, that migrated elsewhere, that have since gotten married, had kids. This is what I love about Dwarf Fortress. Just the complexity and the depth and the batshit insanity, and just how into your world you can get. It's the only way I can describe Dwarf Fortress now, and why I love this game, and why I've fallen in love with this game, is because it's not like RimWorld. It's not a static world. It's like playing D&D, and you have the most insane version of Alexa as your DM. You just have a hive mind AI as your DM that generated a universe for you. So instead of like playing D&D, you got Elon Musk's universe simulation to just simulate a world, and you get to play God in it for a little bit. And that's really fucking cool. Nothing else does that. Nothing else does that to this level. And it's awesome. Also, FG, if you start using Meph's tile set, I'd consider swapping. I'd consider it. So, anyway, Enver, how you doing? I've never seen procedural generation done so well. No, exactly. Like, this game doesn't generate, like, just a map. It generates 250 years of history, and you can set it to generate 1,000. And you can literally just spend hours going through every single individual dwarf's life history. I'm not in that mode right now, but you can do that. Yes, it is getting a Steam release. We're well aware of that. This is kind of what we're talking about. But if you want to get into Dwarf Fortress, don't wait for the Steam release, because this version is free. The normal version of Dwarf Fortress is free. Just try it. Like, yes, it's obtuse, it's deep, it's difficult to get into, it's tricky to look at. But dang, if you want mouse support, there's things that make that work. If you want graphics, there's things that make that work. Doesn't matter what you make Dwarf Fortress look like, it's just a cool game. There was a stream where someone tried to generate 3,000 years of history. A wall around 1,400 years. Yep. Yeah, no, there is a point where your computer will just crash. Only locally. Took months, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, no, Lazy Noob Pack is pretty good at that. Is there wetlands coming from the sea area? Yeah. Dwarf Fortress World Gen is kind of awesome. This isn't ASCII though. Like, I'm not playing ASCII. Does this look ASCII to you? This is not ASCII. And no, it wasn't, Nex. It really wasn't. Right? Like, there are ASCII portions in this tile set, but this tile set is not ASCII. Right? Also, are you using a crutch? Wiktionary is very heavily wounded. I had to take Wiktionary out of the military. He's got, like, some lovely permanent lower spine injuries. Wiktionary was one of the dwarves from that original fort. Let's just say this, right? For me personally, I don't think it would be any easier or any harder for me to learn this game with any tile set. Right? I think vanilla would take me a little bit longer just because vanilla is a little bit obtuse, but this tile set is no easier or harder to learn than a fully graphical tile set. This, in many ways, is a fully graphical tile set. The only difference is it doesn't have sprites for creatures. It just has ASCII. That is the portion that is fully ASCII. And it is styled in an ASCII fashion. So it looks more traditional, but it's... As far as objects goes, the only thing it's really missing is sprites for characters. You know, honestly, I hope you get well. Like, I'm kind of tempted to just make you a really big, nice bedroom, Wiktionary, just because, like, you've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. Okay? And I kind of want to make you your own temple to Detan. Like, this dwarf's been through too much. Like, you've been through way too much. What are some things you like, Wiktionary? Like porcelain, silver, lavender, jade. Hungry head bone. I don't know what a hungry head is, but hungry head bone. The color dark pink. Barrels, spiked balls. The words of guard of keepers. And the sight of the euphoric plays. When possible, he prefers to consume yak cheese and peach cider. Oh, really? You like peach cider? I like peach cider. And eggplant seeds. He absolutely distastes mosquitoes. Well, we have mosquitoes. Barrels are... You like barrels. You're like in heaven. We got barrels everywhere. ASCII creatures is certainly a nice choice. I honestly, when I was wanting to get into Dwarf Fortress, I tried a lot of different tile sets, right? I tried Meph's tile set. I tried Goblin Art's tile set. I tried a handful, right? I just downloaded a bunch of random ones. And honestly, I find the more ASCII tile sets easier. Everybody says, oh, it's hard on your eyes. The reason it's hard on your eyes is because you didn't tweak the colors. The default colors for Dwarf Fortress are really hard on the eyes. They really are. They're hard to look at. But if you just mellow them out a little bit, it's fine. All right. So now we're actually playing again. Also, I need to figure out what to do with all these troglodytes in cages up here. Because I've got a bunch of troglodytes in cages. Uh-oh. Einod, the depressed miner, has given birth to a baby boy. Maybe this will give you some joy in your life. Daw. First words are data. Although I don't know if that actually means dada, because dwarves speak dwarvish. He is the son of Einod Goodbasement. And he is a faithful worshipper of Israel. He was born today, which makes him very young indeed. What does this baby like? He is slow to tire, agile and strong, but he's susceptible to disease. Agile and strong, maybe a warrior one day. He personally believes that freedom and independence are completely non-negotiable, and would fight to defend them. And he is somewhat put off by trade and commerce, and respects the law. What a good baby. Dreams of raising a family. Hopefully you get adoration after giving birth to a boy, and she is blissful after becoming a parent. Well, that is good. Hopefully this poor dwarf who's been here for a while can, you know, get over some of these uneasy thoughts and grouchy thoughts that they've been having over the past few years and can go start the family of good basements. Do you dream of raising a family? Because if so, that'll give you some happy thoughts. Let's scroll all the way down. Not that I see. Apparently she values tranquility and quiet after suffering a small injury. Yeah. Is therapist a thing? Like, can you literally have a dwarvish therapist? I don't actually think so. And his craft? I'm using Krug Smash's tile set. I think you can maybe answer that yourself. I watch Krug Smash's videos weekly kind of religiously. And he commented on one of my videos once, and my heart exploded a little bit. It was like the scene from What's the name of that movie? Wayne's World, where he's just like, we're not worthy! We're not worthy! Uh-oh. A section of cavern has collapsed. Why? Oh no. What just happened? Nobody fell down, did they? I don't see any dwarves on the lower layer. What the hell happened? We have one dwarf unconscious. Oh, standing up. Right here. Oh, no, you're recovering the wounded. Okay, so no, dwarf did not stand up, but... Send it to Krugbo. I'd be okay with that if you want to. We got panic dwarves. What even just happened? I wonder what caused that to happen. Apparently a dancer got knocked unconscious. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, no, he responds more than most YouTubers. 160 dwarves in our population. That's how many mechs. Enough to afford to lose some if we need to. Yeah, no idea what caused that to collapse. Wonder if it was because we chopped down one of the trees. Mayor is a noble whose job it is to speak to unhappy citizens until a baron is appointed. Yep. And you have no choice who the mayor is. The mayor is just elected. Right now, Bemble is our mayor. Holy crap, you weren't the one that was injured, were you? No, but you did impose a ban on certain exports. What did you ban? We're not allowed to export amulets. Great. Great. Excellent. So all of our rock crafts are for naught then. I didn't actually know that mayors functioned as therapists. That is interesting. So I guess you don't want to have an upset mayor. So we're just filling in holes. That's literally all that we're doing right now. For anybody who's wondering what's happening down here, we're filling in holes in the floor. But yeah, no, just kind of lifting the curtain for a second here. As a streamer, I fully realize that this game is hard to watch for people who don't really know what you're looking at. But I also realize that it's a game that has a very dedicated audience for a very specific reason. It does what it does better than anything else, by a country mile. So, if I can make one other person enjoy this game as much as I have been recently, considering I started playing this game because chat annoyed me into it, if I can find somebody else to play alongside of me, that's fantastic. In regards to nobles being useless, I actually disagree with that. I think that nobles are some of the best procedural storytelling in the game. You know, there's something kind of awesome about a noble showing up and then the dwarves just having to kind of uproot everything and then, like, work for the noble all of a sudden. I think it's kind of awesome, actually. I love nobles. I think nobles are great. It's just really good procedural storytelling to me, if that makes any sense. Snowstorm has come. Tatanka, I did say hi to you earlier, didn't I? I'm pretty certain that I did. I might have missed you. Regardless, hi, I hope you're doing well. That's okay. I'll have you know I saw you, okay? And I hope that your Saturday's going well. Crone canceled. Oh, speaking of old dwarves who've been around for a while. Crone's been around for a while. Crone actually had an artifact made about him a while ago. Horrified after seeing a dead troglodyte. You were dejected upon wearing old clothing. That's gonna be a problem. What do I have for cloth? Because I need to queue up a shit ton of cloth right now. Because they're... And thread. What do we have for thread? So, I'll be blunt. I have quite a bit of time on this game now. I still have no idea how clothing works. Like, genuinely, zero idea how clothing works. Like, zero idea how clothing works. Apparently I have 145 thread. How you doing, drumming? How's things, dude? You feel in balance? What do you mean you feel in balance? Are you just like standing on a log while you're typing on your computer? Is that gonna collapse? Uh-oh. Did you guys see that? A dwarf just fell. Somebody clip that. Happened right here. A dwarf just fell. They were cutting down a giant mushroom and fell down to here. You stupid, stupid, stupid dwarf. Let's just see where this dwarf goes. They're just standing here. Yeah, you're not wrong. They seem to be stuck here too. So instead of this dwarf starving to death, oh, they moved a little bit. They moved like one tile. Well, at least they're not super far away and they're pretty easy to get to. So I'm just gonna go into mine. I'm going to mine one tile out here. I'm going to make up, down stair, down one layer, down to there, and I'm gonna mine out to there. And we're just gonna try and dig a little tunnel and bring them up. So let's see. Hopefully that gets done quickly. Is that a cat or a crundle? It's a stray kitten. Okay, that's fine. You're standing on your Wii Fit board? Well, that's good. I mean, we will get this dwarf up here, so there's that. I could also, like... I don't actually think that this dwarf has a way down. Like all of these ways are just blocked with giant underground mushrooms. So hopefully we can get a dwarf working on this. Let's actually just set this to priority number 1 instead of priority number 4, which means I will have to redo this stuff, but I don't want this dwarf to just get left down here. I'll feel kind of terrible. There we go. It's flickering now, so someone's coming to do it. That is too funny. The real question is, who's coming to get it done? Guys? Got a lot of art getting put in up here, so there's that. I kind of want to find Einod, that one dwarf that just had a baby, and get them engraving. And assisting with all that engraving. Also looks like we have a bunch of floors queued up to be smooth. Those ones that are flashing with doors are queued up to be smooth. What, my system specs? Bad. I don't have them listed anywhere because they're bad. I have an i7 4770K processor from like I think I bought it in 2012. But I didn't have a motherboard for it until like early 2013. So I've got a very old processor that I've been using on load for a while. Nothing impressive motherboard-wise. A 1070 EVGA super clocked graphics card. It's the nicest thing in my system. 16 gigs of RAM and a boatload of hard drive storage. Like I have 16 terabytes of hard drive storage. And then a 256 gigabyte SSD. Absolute shat. But I have a new CPU sitting next to my computer, which I need a motherboard for. So I'm just kind of waiting on a good price for a motherboard to show its face, and we'll upgrade that. I mean, it works mostly. It doesn't not work. I wouldn't say it works well, though. When it released, really? I have a friend who won a Ryzen 1700. I think it was a 1700. So those little cobwebs in there, those little white things, can actually be collected and spun into thread. But here, the reason I say it's shit is because, like, compared to other big streamers, it's not great. And it is really showing its age. I'll just put it that way. You just became a human axeman. Are you part of my fort? Are you in the military, or are you just chilling here? I want to say you're in the military. Okay, yeah, you were already in the Inky extraction. Okay, so that's good. That's one of my military squads. Who just actually, no, let's look into this human axeman. I don't have a lot of humans in my fort. This is a human who's joined our fort. So in Dwarf Fortress, something that I think is really cool that I love is there are different factions of each race. And you can be at war with one faction and at peace with another one. So we are at war with one human faction, but we're also at peace with another human faction. So we actually have this human who's just been living here and working in our military, who's apparently been pretty happy recently. And he feels satisfied upon improving his axe. How old are you? He's 70 years old. He was born on the 21st of Granite in the year 207. So this is Oneg Asineg. Oneg Seed Cheeses, the human axeman, who's learning the skills of axes at the ripe old age of 70. Wow, this dude. His wavy hair is extremely long. He's tall and muscular. He has somewhat broad ears are splayed out. His slightly rounded green eyes are slightly close set. His eyebrows are extremely short and his head is somewhat narrow. His nose bridge is slightly convex and his hair is gray with a touch of white, and his skin is blunt umber. Yeah, no, totally. The reason I have the graphics card is because I used to play Planet Coaster on stream. Like, Planet Coaster used to be my main game, right? So, that game was very, very graphically intensive. But yes, most of what I play these days is CPU/RAM heavy. Man, all the big hosts today. I just got a host from Cat on Mars. If you guys don't know who Cat on Mars is, just watch Cat on Mars. He's really good people. Okay. Especially if you like Risk of Rain and the stuff I play later in the days. He personally believes that perseverance is one of the greatest qualities somebody can have, due to seeing the elf Lara, Spirit Rock's dead body in 270. And he values decorum, dignity, and proper behavior, less extreme after retching in miasma in 270. He does everything in his power to avoid excitement and stress after seeing the elf Lara Spirit Rock's dead body, which is ironic that you're in the military. You joined as a mercenary and then asked to join us. And he's conflicted by this stance, since he feels intellectually that life should be more tumultuous. He has a greedy streak, and he is a friendly individual, although conflicted by this for more than one reason. Yeah, I've been at peace with the goblins. I have problems with Seth, so I try and not talk about him. I'm just going to put that out there. His humor hurts me deeply. Uh-oh. You know how I was talking earlier about werecats and we hadn't seen any? Shortast Seizures has come. The werecat minor Shortast Seizures has come. A large cat twisted into humanoid form. It is crazed for blood and flesh and his eyes glow violet. Its dark brown hair is peachy. You will know why you fear the night. Where are you? There is a dwarven child up here. Where is this thing? Because I don't see it. It's on the screen somewhere. If you be lurking, chat room, you might want to look up right now. Whose child is that? So the red blinking thing is a child dwarf who's playing make-believe. The game is paused. This right here is a dwarven child. Vutok Snakethmosis. He's vengeful when joining an existing conflict. Interesting. I've become part in this. How old are you? He's 2 years old. Welp. Run, young child. Alright, where is this werecat exactly? Oh, there you are, okay. So it's right here. I couldn't see it, but it's right there. I couldn't see it because it wasn't flickering. Normally they flicker. So it's right there. That's it. There's a bucket on the ground up here. Why is there a fungi wood bucket on the ground? Please run, Vutok. So here's what we're going to do, right? I'm going to go into the military screen. I'm going to go to alerts. I'm going to turn on both the burrows. That will bring our dwarves down to a safer spot. And I'm just going to follow this thing. Because there's literally nothing else I can do. And I'm just going to wait for a thing to go through. So if we get bit by this thing, we're gonna have problems. It's on pause. We are following it. It's going after the child. Oh no, it's going straight after the child. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't bite the child. Child seems to be dodging real well. I don't see any blood. He's still playing make-believe. Oh no, he hit the child. And they're tussling. I'm assuming the child is dead. We're still not paused. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah. Vutok, the dwarven child, has been found dead. Yeah, no, the child had no chance. I've improved my wrestling. That was satisfying, is the thought that the werecat had. The werecat minor bites the dwarven child in the head, bruising the muscle through the pigtail cap. The pigtail cap is ripped to shreds. The werecat minor lurches on firmly. The werecat minor shakes the dwarven child around by the head, and the head collapses. An artery in the head has been opened by the attack. A tendon in the skull has been torn. Vutok has been found dead. Also, Cupo sub. Cheers, dude. Supporting good broadcasters out there, I see. He's got great taste in music. Well, that's one casualty. I hope your parents aren't too upset. Although, dwarven children are completely useless, so could be worse. Oh no, there's another dwarf over there. Is that one of mine? Or is that just some fucking bard who's here because reasons? I don't think that's one of mine. Nope. It's just a mathematician. Buddy, you might want to, like, leave, you know? Werecat is moving. I still haven't closed the gates yet. I might need to do that. I'm just kind of hoping... Run, you stupid mathematician. I'm just kind of hoping it'll turn back into whatever its traditional form is. It's not moving particularly quick. That or it's just the frame rate. It's one of the two. I could bring my military squad up. Didn't really want to bite on that mathematician much, did he? I do want to bring my army up, but they don't all have armor. Only some of them have armor. Hey, Sunday, how you doing? Hope you've had a good weekend so far, hey? Come on, Werecat. Turn back into whatever your original form was. No, I don't have any ranged units. I have, I think, one. But no, we're mostly just hammer dwarves and axe dwarves. Keeping track of ammunition is too much. We do have a lot of traps up there, so maybe it'll trip up some of the traps. I might need to close the gate. I was kind of hoping it would just turn back into its original form again and screw off. Oh no, we've got a dwarf up here. Is that Wiktionary? I really hope that's not Wiktionary. Oh no, you're just moving super slowly. Who is that? Oh, it is Wiktionary. Okay, I'm gonna just take a precaution here and shut the gate until it turns into a not were animal anymore. Especially since Wiktionary is actually beneath the surface now. Add new task, pull the lever for the front door, and then we'll turn off the... Where'd it go? Oh, did it turn back into its original form now? Oh, no, it's still there. Shit, where'd you go? Oh, you just turned back into a dwarf. I think? Yep, just turned back into a dwarf. So we can cancel that job. Hold on, there's a few things I need to do now. Yeah, just turned back into a miner. Okay, so there's a few things I need to do now. I need to cancel that door being shut, or that lever being pulled. Cancel that. Go to the military screen, turn off both of those. Pop up to the surface. Where did you go? There you are. Squad. I don't know if we'll get to it in time, but we're gonna set the kill command on you. On sure ass the miner. And now in theory, should just be naked. But let's see where he heads to. Seems to just be panicking and running. I doubt my dwarves are gonna catch him. Yeah, fighting were creatures is problem-free. Everybody gets bit on the hand, it's fine. Yeah, we're not gonna catch him. I wonder if this dwarf was from that original assault. Because we are pretty close. This is the second time I've seen were creatures, though. And there he goes. He leaves the map. Goodbye. We're gonna put them back on training. Yeah, when they all turn into were creatures at the same time and just start shredding each other. See, vampires and were creatures are not the same thing. If everybody's a vampire, you don't really have any problems, aside from that they don't sleep or drink. But if everybody's a were creature, then they just shred each other once a month. It's kind of like having a colony of surly teenage girls. Not something you really like. Any other roguelikes I like? I really like a game called Brogue. Like B Rogue, the letter B Rogue, Brogue. I like Atom. Oh, hey, the snow just melted. Neat. I really like Atom. Ancient Domains of Mystery. I've never played CDDA. I know some people have said I would like it, but I've never played it. I play NetHack every now and again, but I'm real bad at NetHack. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing in NetHack. I've got a decent idea of what I'm doing in CDDA, but no idea what I'm doing in NetHack. There's a lot of roguelikes I would love to stream, like proper roguelikes, but I feel like that's something I need to slowly ease into the stream. I don't think we're quite there yet. We'll get there. That is one of my long-term goals. I own Caves of Cud, but that game kind of hurts my eyes from what I've played. Granted, I've only played it drunk, so maybe I should try it sober. But I do own it. They just raised the price for that game, I think, actually. Don't ask me why I play games like that drunk. I have this problem where I have a couple Forgotten Beasts that show up, and then it's like, well, all right, so the Forgotten Beast, it's a capital I. I don't know what layer we're on. The Forgotten Beast, Penisavru, has come. One pale Sensavuru has come. An enormous iguana with lidless eyes, and it has thin wings of stretched skin. It squirms and fidgets. Its bronze scales are large set and far apart. Beware its deadly spittle. You know, last two streams of this fort, very calm and laxed. Not a whole lot going on. Hello. Should look at times for Pikachu. What? Doesn't matter. Do we have gift cards to end? Wherever we have the gift cards, I don't care. Alright, so I know exactly where this is. I know exactly. Okay, so we're gonna watch this thing for a minute here. See where it goes. I know exactly where this is. But I don't know if it actually... Okay. Okay, so it is on the higher up layer, which means it 100% can get to our fort. Here's the question. Is that door open? Is it? No. So the upper door is not open, but the pit is. And the pit leads to right here. All right. Also, to make matters worse, the dumb fucking dwarf that was down here is gone. Looks like he climbed up. Yeah, Irvad's throwing a tantrum. All right, so time to turn the burrows back on. I hope it's not a bad tantrum. Not much I can do about that. Time to... At least we have some pretty good hammer dwarves. Move our dudes down here. I don't know if... I'm assuming it can fly. I'm assuming it can. Let's go to it and follow it. We're following it. Might be time to fight a forgotten beast. Depends on if it can get down or not. It does have wings. I don't know if it can fly, though. It seems to be able to get, like, snake its way through. This is a giant iguana, for reference. It doesn't have any way into the fort from this angle. It has to take a left right now and go down that, into that pit. Well, it's spitting. Okay, so it's spitting at Crundles. It's fucking up a bunch of Crundles. All right, dwarves, hang in there. Please don't kill each other. So they're just gonna sit there now? What do you mean, would I need to control the dwarves? Doesn't seem to have access. I'm not sure what these things it's fighting are, actually. I need to look at them. I think they're Crundles? Oh, no, they're just naked mole rats. Never mind, so it's brutalizing some mole rats. So you don't... You can directly control them, but you don't really, if that makes sense. It seems to be just kind of chilling. Okay, let's try something, because it doesn't seem to be flying. Okay, so we're restationing our military down here. Because it might just not be able to get down to the lower level. If it can't get down to the lower level, we can just let it chill. I just can't go up onto the upper level for a bit. That, or I can just open that door and just go fight it. Oh, it's moving. Or it'll leave the screen. It is going towards the pit. Question is it going to try and get down, or is it going to go up? Because I don't want this thing to surprise us, right? That's the main thing. I don't want it to surprise us. Like, it doesn't seem that strong. Yeah, it's probably chasing another animal. It doesn't look like it can get... Oh, maybe it can. It's getting closer to the pit. Oh, it's going for another naked mole rat. It is pretty aggro, though. Seems to have killed it. Oh, no, it just knocked it down to Z level. Yeah, hold on. We'll just pause the game for a second here. Let's see where my dwarves are at. Okay, you guys still aren't stationed. Where the hell? Okay, so my dwarves are working their way down there, but yeah, it is evading like a champ. Okay, you know what? I'm actually going to restation. We're just going to go fight this thing. Because that's so much better than just ignoring it, right, chat? So much better than just ignoring the damn thing. Squads. Squad A. Gonna station you right here. Squad B. Gonna station you right there. We're gonna wait for our squads to show up. We're just gonna follow the beast for a little bit. I'm gonna open that door. We're gonna fight it. Yep. It'll either end in fun or we kill it. It'll either end in fun or we kill it. One of the two. It's just sitting there from the looks of things. Oh, it's moving. Probably another naked mole rat. Dwarves are still coming up. I actually see military dwarves heading up. But man, if this thing gets in... Oh, that's not going to be fun. For our dwarves. It'll be fun for us, right? So, Chad, do you guys think my dwarves got this? Because I don't know. Dwarves aren't too thrilled about being packed in there. At least we got plenty of food and drink. Oh man, I wonder if I can squish it with the bridge. I'm really tempted to try. It's gonna go kill that naked mole rat that's just sitting there. Come on, if you just move one tile down. One tile. Oh, military dwarves are showing up. I don't like how close it is to my door. Really not a fan of how close it is. Not entirely certain why there's a dwarf carrying a large dead animal out of here. I mean, I honestly, I think the worst way that this could go is we just lose all of our military dwarves. Speaking of military dwarves, where the hell are they? Come on, guys. Somebody lying on the ground down there. Who are you? Are you? You're not still in the military, are you? I thought I took you out of the military, Wiktionary. Like, you should not be in the military at all. Apparently pressing X doesn't... Wait, maybe it's capital X? Because you should not be in the military, like, just at all. Yeah, you're not supposed to be in the military. Why are you still in the military, Wiktionary? Okay, now you're no longer in the military. Better. Anyway, in other news, where the hell... Alright. I'm just gonna do this. Let's turn off the panic burrows for right now and just let the dwarves spread out and do their thing. But we're still gonna station them right here because I don't think that ancient beast can get down to that lower level. I don't think it can. I do, however, think I really need to take a leak. So I'm gonna follow this thing. I'm gonna leave the game on pause because I'm brave. Actually, no, I'm gonna pause it. I'll be back in a second. Alright, let's unpause here. Sorry, I really needed to pee. Oh, it's gonna go murder some wild animals. Seems like a herd of them showed up. Seems like a nice giant lizard. I really hope that it sustains some injuries in these fights somehow. Do I know if they fixed the bugs in the next patch to Battletech? I haven't played it yet, so I do not know. I'm assuming it ate some of it. I do not know, Liam, but I'm very excited for the new update to Battletech. I really hope that this thing gets... Some of these things fight back a little bit and it sustains some injuries. That deadly spittle seems to be fun. Like capital F-U-C-K fun. Alright, military dwarves are finally showing up. There's a few of them in there now. Do you guys think that my military got this? Because I don't know how much faith in them I actually have, I'll be honest. It's like they're all just kind of stacking up. It's like one of them's leaving to go get a drink. Acceptable, these are dwarves. You picked a good time to come back, Cook. I don't know if you were here for the werecat, but there's a giant iguana who's running around and killing the local wildlife. Who's that capital I that's flashing. It's a giant forgotten beast that is running around in the caverns, and we're gonna have to go out there and fight it. Well, I'm gonna go out there and fight it. It seems super aggro, too. Suck tumor? Wait, what? Yeah, it only killed a child, so it's fine. Who's probably already been buried. Uh-oh, where are you going? It's coming back down. I'm suddenly nervous. Where the heck is this thing going? It seems to move real quick. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. All right, let's pause this. This is going to require a lot of finesse. We're going to be very, very careful. So, caves. Add new task. Pull the fucking lever. Okay. It's right there in front of us. It seems to be moving up. The second that lever opens, I'm going to lock everybody to the burrows. Okay. Doors open. Military. Squads. Burrows. Burrows. Bump up. Where did it go? Shit. Okay. I kind of don't like where it's at right now. I want it to come back a little bit. Even if it just comes back a little bit. Okay, there it is. Squads. Anchors, you guys go in first. We do have hammers and axes. Oh, the front. Oh, really? That's the name of it translated? Let's see again. An enormous iguana with lidless eyes. It is a little bit injured as it's been running around and attacking all the local wildlife, so maybe we'll have an advantage here. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I am going to worry about our dwarves. So, if I could get some bless RNGs in chat, we're going to fight this. Is it eyelidless? Is that what it said? with lidless eyes. An enormous iguana with lidless eyes. Take the motherfucker down. Dwarves should come running out immediately. Hopefully. Dwarves are coming out. We're seeing some deadly spittle. Looks like we took hits. We're on top of it. Okay. It seems to be taking hits. Okay. One of my dwarves got knocked down. Game's unpaused again. It's taking more hits. Okay. So far, so good. I haven't seen too many, like, body parts fly anywhere. Continuing to hit it. We're all just piled on top of it now, which is probably good for us. Military dwarves all over the place. Not too much to see here. We're just piled on top of it. Let's look at the combat reports. Looks like we're doing well so far. I'm seeing a lot of our, like, there's a few misses coming from the Forgotten Beast, but it looks like we just kind of pounced on it. So far, so good. Yeah, pretty much, Liam. That could have gone really bad. It still could go bad, but it's just down and they're beating on it. Game's also running pretty slowly considering how many dwarves we have, so frame rate's kind of slow. It's panicked. Someone's panicked. It's dead. We got it. Looks like we have one injury. Took the bastard out. We literally just like ran out there, knocked it over, and pounced on it. It did get one shot of deadly spittle out, so if that landed, I'd be a little worried for whoever got hit. The Forgotten Beast breaks grips on the recruit lower. The Forgotten Beast breaks the grip of the recruit's upper front teeth on the Forgotten Beast's rear foot. Did I read that correctly? One of my recruits bit its foot. Fucking congrats, boys. The Axelord strikes the Forgotten Beast in the tongue with her bronze shield. Forgotten Beast breaks the grip of the Hammerlord's front mace. The Hammerlord latches on firmly. Hold on, let's see if I can find that. Yeah, there it is. The Hammerlord bites the Forgotten Beast in the right front leg, tearing the fat and bruising the muscle, and the Hammerlord latches on firmly. Go get him, dwarves. Yeah, I think we just, like, got him by surprise, and it just worked. Did that spittle hit, though? That's what I want to know. Let's go all the way up. See if there was any bad hits against us. Forgotten Beast misses. Yeah, those were the misses that we saw earlier. Yeah, so the initial spittle missed, and we just pounced on it. Beat the crap out of it. Good on us. Good going. Good going. Maybe we can butcher it now. Which means now I can just go into military, turn both of the alert burrows off, go into squads, and just say, you guys get a break. Like, just take them off of training, let them go, relax for a little bit, make some art. I had a land titan die because a tree landed on its head once. Good job, dwarves. We should go out into these caverns a little bit, grab these traps and whatnot. But man, honestly, I think the other thing that kind of gave us the advantage is, I wonder if they're still here. Well, there's definitely some dead ones still. Over here, yeah, elk birds. There's a bunch of elk birds over here. I'm not actually sure what these things are, but the Forgotten Beast ran over here and killed a whole herd of them. And they definitely got some hits in. Yeah, you can trap Forgotten Beasts. Yeah, you totally can. Not in cage traps, though. I think there's a bug that lets you do something with the cave traps. Rain, let's see what we're going to go do with the corpse. I'm actually kind of curious. I know using, like, clever wall traps and stuff, you can capture them. And then, like, we tried to capture one in, like, a room. But it didn't go so hot, unfortunately. The elk for food? Oh, totally, yeah, we could grab the corpses and butcher them. Yeah. I'm wondering if that's what we're gonna do with this thing, actually. Feast on some lizard meat, for example. But regardless, I'm very happy with how that whole fight went. Wait, where are you going with that? Hold on a second. There's something that I need to do, I think. Do I still have this zone set up? Yeah, I do. Shit. I had a, so I was dumping garbage into this pit. Not something I want to do now. So, should maybe, like, remove that zone so they don't go and, like, you know, toss corpses in there anymore. Also, shoutouts to Labash, Nuno Kenneth, the ranger, who is carrying this corpse by himself, or dragging it, probably, more accurately. Thanks for the 500 bits, Nix. Nexium, seriously, thank you. 1,500 bits. The last 2 days. I owe you push-ups or sit-ups. Okay, so he's just gonna go chuck it on the pile. So do I owe you push-ups or sit-ups? Or neither. It's up to you. Thank you so much. For the $5. DF is fine? Alright. Thank you. Use it for corpse disposal? I mean, we should use everything for corpse disposal. Butcher shop is best corpse disposal, though. Dwarves are cannibals? No. They will eat basically anything else, including pet cats, but they will not eat each other. Dwarves are very respectable creatures, and they have a lot of honor, unlike pawns in RimWorld. That's actually something I like about dwarves, is Dwarf Fortress is like both way more sadistic and way less sadistics than RimWorld. Like, you can just throw dwarven children into a pit and just kind of drop food in there occasionally, and eventually they'll just become grown-up dwarves. Yeah, elves are not so nice. Elves totally eat their own kind. But on the flip side, they like won't eat each other. They get really sad when their friends die. Like they're good creatures. I like them. Yeah, and elves are cannibals. Elves will eat their own kind. They don't care. They'll eat anybody. But like you chop down a tree. Also, looks like we're hunting. I just saw an arrow go out. Are you hunting up here? I'm just a woodcrafter dwarf. Where are you going? I wonder if humans are cannibals in Dwarf Fortress. Anyway, what have you been up to, Drumming? You kind of popped in when I was in the middle of excitement. I'm actually really happy we got some excitement. It's been a little bit since we've had anything kind of spooky happen. But now all of a sudden we're back out into the open, which is kind of really cool. Also up here, by the way, if you notice these little sprites kind of out in the nowhere, in this area, these are artifacts that were made by our dwarves. We have an artifact cage, for example. An artifact reacher bone cage. And they're all just kind of sitting out there where dwarves can admire them. No, totally. It's like playing Minecraft, but with 200 people. Instead of just you going click, 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 click. Click, click, click. You know what I mean? I'm gonna queue up 20 socks. I'm just gonna queue up a bunch of silk clothing. They might get canceled quite a bit. But we need it. So you might see some canceled spin cloth into clothing. Also, don't ask why there's a dead dwarf in the well. I have no idea how he got there, okay? Genuinely no idea how he got there. I am not to be blamed for this, so you are not to blame me for this, okay, chat? No idea how he got there. I swear. So thus, I am not guilty. For flavor, gives it kind of, you know, a corpsey aroma. It's good for the mouthfeel. It's nice when your water's a little bit chunky. It's okay, dwarves don't drink water anyway. It's fine. We have alpaca soap, and I can make walls out of soap. But yeah, no, I'm just happy when people show any kind of interest in this game more than anything at this point. Because I have a feeling this is going to be a game that I will stream on this channel for a while. Like, it's kind of funny. When I originally started streaming this, my goal was I just wanted to stream it every weekend until PAX East. PAX East was a while ago. I was like, yeah, I committed to every single weekend until PAX East. We're way past PAX East. And also, like, the coolest thing ever to me is people looking forward to these streams at this point. That's really neat. Oh, right, yeah. Totally digging out up here. I kind of forgot about that. Whoa, it was like a performance troupe or something. Some bards. There's an elf as well. Eesh. Gross. Bloody bastards. What is that corpse? Oh, it's a cave crocodile skeleton. Okay. Fair enough. So does anybody have any plans for this weekend? We've been making some kind of last minute plans as of this morning. $20.45? Nah. I have this weird feeling Dwarf Fortress is gonna get a really big burst of interest in about 2 years or a year. Whenever the Steam version comes out, there will be a big burst of interest. Around that point, but I think there's a lot of people that are kind of primed and ready for Dwarf Fortress that don't realize it yet. Old crappy IKEA bed with less... Oh, really? With less crappy new IKEA bed. Fair enough. I said 2 years. In the next 2 years. If that... Whenever that Steam release comes out, basically. Because it's one of the most wish-listed games on Steam right now. Which is absurd. Is that Wiktionary? Yep. Alright, so I'm going to do a thing. I'm going to honor... I mean, Dwarf Fortress is never going to have a 1.0. Like, really, unless their goals change dramatically very soon, Dwarf Fortress is never going to have a 1.0. I agree with that, Nex. And this is the greedy streamer voice in me talking. That's why I want to be in on this early. I'm going to make a big bedroom back here. Right? Like, this is going to maybe seem like a rather large bedroom. But I'm going to make a big bedroom back here. This is going to be for Wiktionary. Because Wiktionary is a combat veteran. Wiktionary is a multi-fort dwarf. And I'm just going to honor Wiktionary with a nice big bedroom. Because I think that's right. I mean, they've said as much. Like, what's the point in focusing on making a 1.0 version for a game, right? What is the point in focusing on that? Like, Dwarf Fortress is a ever-expanding, ever-changing thing. I mean, here is something I will say, though, Sneaky Larva. I will say this. The Steam version isn't early access. It's listed as full release. So if you want to call anything 1.0, that might just be it. But where the heck are bridges? I can't read today. There it is. So for whatever that's worth, it's not the most traditional release, but close enough, right? There we go. So we do need to build a bridge down there. Just got to get that queued up. No, I'll totally play with the Steam version. Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Until then, I will probably either use this tile set or my own tile set or some combination of the two. But no, for a good while, I'll probably use the Steam version, and then I'll probably eventually move back to my own tile set. Sort of like how when RimWorld came out of early access, everybody played vanilla for 6 weeks and then slowly moved back to modded RimWorld. If that makes sense, kind of that sort of thing. But here's like one thing about the Steam version that I'm gonna say I think is gonna be really fucking cool, and that's just it's gonna have workshop support. So instead of having to sift through the Bay 12 Games forums, which are great, all you're going to need to do is just go to the Steam Workshop and be like, yes, I'd like 6 other races. Yes, I'd like 80 different types of weapons. I'm just pulling hairs right now, but yes, I'd like to use these sprites for my dwarves. I'd like elves to look like this, and I want all trolls to look like Shrek. Like, and that's going to be really cool. Right? So just access, like, love it or hate the Steam Workshop, it does make modding brain dead easy. No, this has tons of mods. It does. They're just all in the forums. Like, this game's extremely easy to mod. You have been going to work at the thrift store where people are still stealing from the store? Yeah, well. You downloaded new games and you're wanting to see new quality foods. An update on my Xbox One. Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad things have been well. And people steal things. People are just horrible, unfortunately. Yeah. Masterwork is really streamlined, which is that uses Meph's tile set, right? King? Like I can run up to the surface and gather plants. I don't need to worry too much about running low on plants, as we do actually have quite... Did that child corpse ever get buried? Yes. No. Okay. So I want to say Meph is involved with Masterwork Dwarf Fortress, but I mean, it's still not what I would describe as easy in traditional terms, if that makes sense. Like, by current standards, nothing about installing Dwarf Fortress is easy. But yeah, no, basically, like, anything that you could want to do in Dwarf Fortress is just going to become immediately so much easier. The second. Also, Dwarf became a doctor. That's good. The second that reach 1.0, Jesus will come back to Earth. I could believe that, yeah. Yes, but that's not Steam. Okay, you don't try and comprehend the level of a lot of people give you when you tell them that they have to download a thing and unzip it. Right? People are so used to just Steam where it's just, oh yeah, no, like download or click a button. That's what people want to do these days. They want to click a button. Most people aren't willing to put in the effort to do that sort of stuff. Is this body forbidden? I'd really like this body to get chucked out. They had a elf hair ring, so they probably weren't ours. But you know what I'm saying, though, King? Like, there's kind of a big difference. No, although I will say this, I do think an element of it is their website's kind of scary looking. Like, the user experience of their website isn't good. Like, by all standards. Although, on the flip side, at the very least, it looks nice and nostalgic instead of looking like a absolute modern nightmare. Like every single Squarespace website. This fort has got me so proud. So proud of my little dwarves. I need to explore down here more. There's got to be cool stuff down here for us to go find. Like, I'm so caught up in these two caverns. We haven't even dug super deep yet. Yeah, no, totally. Like, if they just had an easier to look at... Like, I can't read their patch notes, King. I can't read their patch notes. I've tried. I've tried several times to read their patch notes. I can't read their patch notes. I get a headache. Just because of the background. So, no, I can totally understand why people say, oh... Well, Dwarf Fortress gives me a headache. Because everybody just thinks that Dwarf Fortress just looks like that website. It can look like that website if you want it to look like that website. But if you don't want it to look like that website, be like the rest of us and modify the colors a little bit. And it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, if they just... If they worked on the user experience of that website just a tad... life would be much better. But, you know, I'm very new to this game, and I'm only playing it because people like King and HoboKeb annoyed me for years about it. Well, mostly King. HoboKeb recently started annoying me about it. And I finally cracked. And now I'm just sitting here and wishing I did it sooner. So, you know, just... try it or don't. You just still wanted me to play Zeus. Valid point. I don't blame you, actually. Is there a way to show things like the Wait, what do you mean? Like, I'm not sure I understand the question. Next. I'm not sure I understand the question. Like, do you want it fully 3D? What do you want? Checking to see what my architect's doing. I think I have an architect. Or maybe I just have two mechanics. Like an overview of the fortress? You mean like this? Like just zoom out and then show you everything? Like this kind of thing? Because that's what I can do. If you look up Armok Vision, you could see it fully 3D. I don't have that set up, but that is a way to do it. You can also take your files and render them out in 3D with the correct software. That'll crash. Oh, fuck it. I'm gonna drop some frames, chat room. Okay, so just be prepared. I am going to drop some frames. Please keep watching my stream. Please don't just run away and be like, oh god, the streamer is, you know, being a dumb. Zipping it first, though. I don't actually have Lazy Noob Pack installed, but yes. I mean, I haven't started dropping frames yet, but I will. So yeah, that's what I can do right now. Although there is part of me that would really like to see this rendered out in 3D, so. Man, zooming in and out takes so long. Come on. There's something dead in somebody's bedroom. Okay, who brought a moldy llama corpse into the bedroom? Okay, who left their dinner, a prepared ibex heart, in their bedroom? Whose bed is this? Who did that? One of my farmers did. All right, uploading begins. This is 130 megs. I'm going to begin dropping frames. Can you guys still hear my voice? I'm curious. Huh. Well, that's impressive. Does the stream have more than one frame a second? Thanks, Squig. Really? I'm dropping about, I don't know, 80% of my frames right now. It actually hasn't started uploading yet. It just says starting upload. Thanks, Google Drive. The problem is the world is about 150 megs. Pauses for a bit here and there. Yeah, no, I've dropped about 2,000 frames since this started, and it hasn't actually started uploading yet. There's bits where it's fine. Lovely. Dear Google Drive, you want to, like, not be super fucking slow? Here, I'm just gonna retry it. Google Drive doesn't normally take that long. So it's canceled now. Should stabilize. DF, data, save. Let's try putting this on my desktop. Yeah, no, totally. But this is more than just uploading a save to Steam, right? Like, this is way bigger than most save files. Also, we're at the mercy of Google Drive deciding whether or not it wants to work, you know? But no, that's not Corpse Obsession, by the way. That's literally just a dwarf that brought lunch into their bedroom, and it's rotting. Man, I really wish that I could just upload this directly to Discord. I don't know if I want to just sit here and drop frames for the next 20 minutes, though. So, you know, I'm going to cancel it. I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do this. This is going to take way too long, and I'm going to lose all of my frames and most of my view count because of it. It's not worth just completely train wrecking the stream for the next... I don't know how long it's going to take. It's 150 megs. And while I'm streaming, and there's 2 of us on the internet, that's going to take a long time. So no, I'm going to cancel that. Sorry, I can't do that. It's just not worth it. Preskins, we talked about this yesterday, or last week. Send me a frickin' DM and remind me to upload the world when I'm not streaming. Remind me to do that, please. No, I mean, yeah, most streamers can relate to the issue. It's that feeling of, man, if only I had T1 internet. Like, I'm still dropping frames, and I'm not, like, it's not even, yeah, it's not worth it. Not even remotely close to worth it. I love how I don't even need to look at the keyboard to just, like, get to this menu. Construct bed. Let's just say 10, because I need a few. Can always need more beds. Also need to get some coffins placed. I am making a nice, big, fancy bedroom for a soon-to-be-retired dwarf Wiktionary. Yeah, we seem to be done dropping frames. Sorry about that, Nex. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know what I need? I need the @me bot. I don't know if any of you guys know what that is, but there's a bot that I saw in one Discord once, and all it does is you can type in @me at the insert time here, and like in 3 hours, and then in 3 hours, like it's literally just a reminder ping for your bot, for your Discord. How much upload do I have? About 10. But there's 2 of us on the internet, and I don't know what she's doing, so. Plus, I'm streaming, and I'm using more than half of it. I don't have much upload. My upload used to be way less. Like, I can stream at about 4K bitrate, which is usually about what I do. But I used to not be able to go higher than 2. Like, the first 4 years I streamed was, like, 1800 bitrate, maybe? But yeah, no, so we're making a fancy bedroom for a long-time dwarf. And I'm also going to maybe one bump above? Yeah. So this is going to be a nice bedroom that's dedicated to Wiktionary. And I'm also going to make him a private temple because he's a very hardened worshiper of a specific deity. So we're going to give him his own temple as well. You need an @me bot? Yeah, it's kind of like the only thing I would ever use an Alexa for if I ever had an Alexa. Would just be, Alexa, set alarm, insert time here. Sure, you can become a citizen. You're here, you were hanging out anyway. That was a mercenary that was chilling about. You have at least 20? Yeah, okay, so I am 3 blocks away right now from fiber. 3 blocks away from T1 fiber. 3 blocks. 3 fucking blocks. We will have fiber on my street in 6 months to 2 years. Soon. Soon. Someday soon. I'm waiting. Soon. Also, look at that dwarf working so hard right here. Pushing a wheelbarrow and picking up boulders and running away. Just imagine just like a dwarf pushing a wheelbarrow, carrying away boulders. Like Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. Also, I'm not totally certain why there's just like blood in all of the underground lake. It's just small underground creatures getting murdered by various large underground creatures. Five by 5? Okay. So if I just go like... out there. And out there. Is that big enough? Right, FG? But here's like the real kicker, right? If we move to where that internet is, I've actually watched them laying the cables in my street in front of me, drumming. We'll have it soon. If we move there, our rent almost doubles because it's off of the bad street. But because we live on the bad street, our rent is way lower. So we're not moving. We'll wait for it. I know a guy, and he frequents this chat, or used to frequent this chat, comes by every now and again, Drumming. He was a subscriber to my channel for years. He works for the largest dial-up internet provider in the US. Bless you. So, yeah. Why? Chat, I'm really sad. I'm out of tea. I'm gonna go get more tea. All right. Why does dial-up still exist? Because there are people who don't need good internet, you know? More importantly, why haven't my beds been made yet? One bed has been made. Literally the second I checked. I was like, why haven't my beds been made yet? Oh, they've been made now. So I'm also going to engrave portions of the walls. Around the edges of this. I mean, you know, honestly, good luck. Monopolies are bad. That's all I will say. Monopolies are bad. Drumming. Just saying hi. Oh, gotcha. Well, enjoy your Siege Pro League quarterfinals. Hooger, I hope that your team shoots many enemy team player in the face through a wall, because that's what you do in Siege. And thank you. So where the heck is Wiktionary? You are currently a miner. And actually, yeah, okay, you're still just like obliterated. We're gonna go into your jobs. We're gonna turn off woodworking. We're gonna turn off farming. I'm gonna turn off healthcare. I'm gonna turn off hauling. I am retiring this dwarf. This dwarf was a very good miner for a very long time. I'll leave you in lever operation, that's about it. And I'm going to put you into stonework. I'm gonna put you on stone detailing and crafts. We'll put you in leatherworking, sure. Stone crafting, bone crafting, and that's about it. So this dwarf has been around for a very, very, very long time. This dwarf has been in multiple forts. I'm retiring this dwarf. This dwarf has a serious spine injury and moves around on crutches. And I kind of want this dwarf to stay out of hell, you know? The amount of practice that goes into mastering a skill is so impressive. And you dream of mastering a skill, and you're a faithful worshiper of the Tan. I'm going to give them their own, like, temple and a big bedroom to just go chill out in forever. I want that dwarf to be happy. Quite literally, that's it. All right, so this is going to be a meeting zone, assign location, add location, a temple to Detan, and can you either like tell him to shush or squirt him, or give me the squirt bottle so I can squirt him? Because it's not acceptable for him to just sit there and meow at me. See, you don't care.
No.
What?
I do. It's just he was literally just at the bookcase.
Yeah, I'll squirt him if he does that too. So either you squirt him when he sits there and meows at me, or chuck him out the door. Because I don't want him to just sit there and meows at me. I just wanted you to squirt him. That's all that I wanted you to do. This cat. This entitled fat cat. Hey, Hoaxfist. Meow indeed. I actually have a command for that. It posts cat memes. My cats are special. Alright, we have an extremely fat cat who's very annoying. How do I assign this to a particular location? Bronze Cathedral. Because I know it's possible. All visitors welcome. That's what I want to change. Change restrictions. Okay, gotcha. Citizens only. Because I know that it's possible to, Hey, Malkir. How's things? Because I know it's possible to lock a location to one dwarf. Also, let's put on some less intense music. That's good fighting music, but I want something chiller. Actually, yeah, sure, that'll work. Or I'm just looking for some music real quick. Oh, maybe, yeah, you have to assign an object within the location. I'll try that. Yeah, let's just do FTL. You can't go wrong with the FTL soundtrack. Alright, so cue this. Make bedroom. Oh, I need another door. Do I have cabinets lying around? I think I do. Yeah, I totally do. Throw 3 cabinets in here. Some chests, probably. Coffer. Let's give you 2 coffers, maybe. Sure. Statue, I guess. And then we'll pop up here and throw in another statue. Like I said, you can't go wrong with the FTL soundtrack. Interrupted by giant cave, what? Is there a giant cave spider in my fort? Is that what I'm reading there? I don't... Oh, there it is. There totally is one. Okay, so there's a giant cave spider in the fort right now. Just, you know, don't... We've killed forgotten beasts. Can we just, like, quickly dispatch of this critter and maybe make a hat out of it or something? Although, free spider silk. So there's that. Guys. Okay, well, one of my dwarves just got caught in its silk. I see some arrows flying out. There's fighting. We seem to be pouncing on it. Either one of my dwarves is dead or it's dead. I think one of my dwarves is dead, though. I'm not actually sure. An engraver has been found dead. Luckily, that particular engraver is kind of, or was kind of an asset. Yep, spider's dead. Great. Well... He takes time with job assignments while you're 2 years ahead. Yeah, fair enough. He looks at therapists like a philosopher. I mean, I could see that. Yeah, you can really take your time with some of that stuff. I wonder what angle that giant cave spider came in from. Where did my coffins go? I'm actually totally okay with the dwarf that died there. Dying like that. And the reason I'm okay with it is because that dwarf was kind of a tantrumy bed. No, don't put beds in there. Wrong place to put beds. I'm dumb. Burial receptacle. Coffins. That's what I want. I'm totally okay with that dwarf dying because they were a tantrumy mess, so... It sucks that we lost an engraver, but... Meh. The test room matched. Sure, we'll let you join. I'm totally fine with people joining. Let's check in on Wiktionary, see what Wiktionary is up to. You're gonna go drink? Seems fitting. No, even letting all your dwarves die isn't a wrong way to play. Like, there is no wrong way to play Dwarf Fortress. Literally, there's no wrong way to play Dwarf Fortress. Actually, no. The wrong way to play Dwarf Fortress is telling other people who are playing Dwarf Fortress that they're doing it wrong. That is the only incorrect way to play Dwarf Fortress. is by telling other people that they're doing it wrong. And I'm sure that we can all agree on that. Yeah, exactly. All dwarves dying is the only true victory setting. Literally everything in the world being dead is the only true victory. At least for me personally. Sure. I mean, maybe your end goal is to roleplay a doomed fort. You know, like, the easiest way to describe Dwarf Fortress as a video game is it is a procedurally generated Dungeons and Dragons world, basically. And when do you win in D&D? How do you win D&D? When you're satisfied. It's kind of the same for Dwarf Fortress, in my opinion. The game's over when you're satisfied with it. And if you're satisfied easily, then great. I'm just kind of amassing a stockpile full of creatures in cages. Got a whole bunch of naked mole rats. A crundle. Yeah, there's a blind cave ogre. I'm not sure what to do with them. Okay, so we're gonna make this a bedroom. I'm going to assign this bed to Wiktionary. It's gonna maybe take me a minute to find them. There you are. Yeah. So this bedroom has been assigned to Wiktionary, who's a very wounded, also retired dwarf. Is that a turkey? There's a troglodyte. Okay. Can we please kill the troglodyte? I don't know where it came from, but can we kill it? That'd be lovely if we could do that. Seems like we're doing a pretty good job at dispatching it. Dwarves are jumping on, blood's flying everywhere, piling on, and hopefully it'll go away. There's teeth flying everywhere. Yeah, no casualties. Just dead troglodytes. I don't even think any injuries. What the heck is that? Turns out opening your doors up makes things real interesting. How do I usually make bedrooms? All of these. I just make a bedroom and I just make it a free bed and they just go claim it after a little bit. Like all of these are all non-noble bedrooms. And to my knowledge, most of them are claimed, yeah. Oh shit! Dream Chaser, I remember that dwarf. I wonder what Dream Chaser's up to. Dream Chaser was a child who made a, like, oddly complicated statue. Probably still a dwarven child. They were 12, I think. They might have hit adulthood. No, I think they might actually be an adult now. The one thing that I would really like at a DF hack, which I'm also not using, would be the ability to search this. There you are. Dream Chaser, the Woodcrafter. You currently have no job. This was a child that was born in another one of my forts. 14 years old. Cool. Two, three, bed, chest, and coffer. Yep. Bed, chest, and coffer is enough for them to store all their personal belongings, and any toys or artifacts they may have. Chest and coffer for them to store their clothing, you know. Why? How about you? You know, this is kind of a cool dwarf. 14 years old. Dream chaser. Seems to be a woodcrafter at this point. Bunch of dwarves in the hospital due to being attacked by that cave spider that kind of snuck in. Turns out leaving the doors open makes things exciting. Wait, sell what to the next caravan that wanders through? Out of curiosity? Oh, what, the creatures? Yeah, true. I didn't actually think about that. Oh, hey, that statue's incoming. Cool. What just happened? Oh, asked the Stonecrafter withdraws from society. Where are you? We've got ourselves a strange mood. So to anybody who is accustomed to RimWorld, oh shit, I think we butchered the ancient beast, because all of a sudden there's just like a boatload of meat. We butchered something big, that's for sure. Or maybe we're like hunting creature, or maybe we went and gathered up all those creatures that the what's it called? Forgotten Beast went and killed. Yes, there could be something more terrifying than a giant cave spider. The thing that's more terrifying than the giant cave spider, Dromang, is the Forgotten Beast that is somewhere in those caves that we saw earlier, which is a titanic, gigantic tarantula covered in scales with an elephant's trunk and one eye. Beware its poison bite, which we saw. But it just kind of fucked off. It showed up really early on in this fort, but luckily it just kind of fucked off. So this right here, this dwarf, I think, yeah, has claimed a craft dwarf shop. So this dwarf has withdrawn from society. Yeah, so like that, that giant iguana that we fought earlier, imagine that, but just a giant spider with a poisonous bite. So this dwarf has withdrawn from society, which means they've claimed a craft dwarf shop and they're going to make an artifact. So that little exclamation point dwarf right there, which we are following, has grabbed a boulder. Let's see what they grab. This is Mesmuth. This is actually my manager, oddly enough. My manager. So like nothing is gonna get managed for a little bit, which is interesting. This is a pretty important dwarf. Also, fuck, now that I just noticed this, but looks like all of the glass windows for my manager got broken. Let's see if I can just really quickly queue up some new gem windows. I don't remember the hotkey for it. There it is. Y. Y for gem window. No, it's maybe capital Y? Aha. I got plenty of amethysts, so I'll just queue up some amethyst windows. There we go. Seems like all the windows got broken by that giant cave spider that got into the fortress. Wait, what sounds like a... What, Forgotten Beast sounds like a euphemism? Or giant tarantula sounds like a euphemism? Alright, so a couple boulders. What else are you gonna go grab? Oh, please go grab something cool. So if they aren't able to find all of the objects that they require for this, they will just go insane or withdraw from society and fall into depression. So hopefully this dwarf is able to find something. There was one time I had a dwarf creating a artifact like this, and a troll got into the fortress and kinda broke. Oh no! Oh no. Kovema? Nephilectal? Just got elected as mayor. And they're an elf. All right. Where are you? I apparently. Where the frick are you? Chat, if you see Mayor, let me know. How? They elected a fucking elvish poet. All right. They elected an elvish poet. Chat room. Well, I guess the dwarves of our fortress know best. He must be really good with his words. Time to assign this to our mayor. All of the proper offices. Oh, silly bastards. What the he must be. Like, let's learn a little bit about our new mayor. Shall we? I'm still looking for them in the menu. Last page. There you are. Let's learn a little bit about this mayor, shall we? I can't fucking... Well, very happy with everything. You feel so good. Let's learn... Okay, so she has the appearance of somebody that is 390 years old and is the first of her kind. Uh-huh. She is a citizen of the Sunny River and is a member of the Orchard Wines. And she is a citizen of the Humorous Seals and a member of the Calm Keys and is a former member of the Fearly Droplets. She likes phalite, lead, amber, opal, green glass, giant moose antler, short swords, armor stands, splints, pixies for their intricate aerial dances, and the sound of fragrance, the glamoring, and when possible she prefers to consume spotted ratfish. Well, everybody hates mosquitoes, okay? Everybody hates mosquitoes. Dreams of seeing a giant natural places of the world. She dreams of seeing the great natural places of the world. I guess our caverns are a great natural place of the world. Her hair is extremely long. Her protruding yellow eyes are close set, and her somewhat narrow ears have fused lobes, and her head is somewhat broad. Her hair is goldenrod, and her skin is pale trout. Well, she seems relatively level-headed, aside from being horrified after seeing a troglodyte die. Well... this fortress is fucking ruined. I don't know what to do from here. I mean, aren't we all the being? Euphoric due to inebriation? I need a beer, chat. I don't know what to do. I'm getting a travel alert for a flight to TwitchCon. The hell? About a snowstorm that is happening now, apparently. Well, that's an elvish mare that we now have. Is she a shapeshifter or a vampire? It's...
Know what? Me too. Let's have a beer.
Okay. I guess I'm grabbing a beer. Hobo, I have a question. Actually, chat room, I have a question. Sour or a red ale? What kind of beer should I get? Sour or a red ale? Red ale? 2 for red ale? Easy red ale? All right. I've got a barrel-aged red ale. It's an innocent gun, specifically. I need to pour it in a glass, so. We should check in with that dwarf who... Wasn't it who's in the strange mood? Was my manager, right? I'm looking for strange mood. Yeah, it was asked or something. Can't be over already. Not seeing it. Well, I know which thing they claimed, so we can just wait for them to show up again. Excuse me. Weaver is throwing a tantrum. Well, that's not good. Please don't hurt anybody. I don't know how to handle that. Hobo Cab, also push-ups or sit-ups? What do I owe you? Asked. There you are. So you've claimed that shop. I'm gonna leave the game unpaused. I'm gonna go pour a beer. Well, actually, I'm gonna wait for Hobo to tell me if I owe him push-ups or sit-ups. So what do I owe you, Hobo? Push-ups or sit-ups? What do you think? Although I think Hobo's getting a beer too, so I don't know. You know what? Sure. We need another dance troupe. Where the heck did that dwarf go? I know that they were going up to the surface. Thought that maybe they were grabbing something. But thank you very much for those bits, Hobo. Seriously. Thank you. People have been breaking me the past few days, and it's been really nice. Not gonna lie. Oh, there we go. Found you. Uh-oh. Let's see what you require. I didn't see a begun mysterious construction. Is it T I need to hit for it? Wow, Jesus, now I'm just hitting all the buttons. Go away, stupid minimap. Nobody uses the minimap. You have naked mole, dog, right front leg, and a bunch of slates. How do I see what they're muttering, chat? I can't remember what key that is. You got an Imperial Stout. Do I owe you push-ups or sit-ups? I have to do the 15 first. Currently, team sit-up is winning with 45. Because I did 45 sit-ups for a raid. Is it V? You're not muttering anything. That's not good. Oh, cue the shot. You've been drinking, you too? Oh, great. Secretly. Says nothing. But I didn't see... Has begun mysterious construction. Oh, never mind. It totally has. Okay. We're good then. We're good. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the game run. But, push-ups. Alright, sweet. Let's pause the game for push-ups, and then I'll unpause again for beer. Beer time. For reference, this is what I'm drinking. So, whoopsies, wrong button. Also wrong button. I'm really good at pressing wrong buttons today. I still can't believe we have a frickin' elvish mayor. I'm gonna pour this. Alright, sorry for falling off the planet for a hot second there, but I thought it was best to grab a snack alongside of my beer. So this is my last one from the 6-pack, which I bought 3 weeks ago and I've been savoring. So, cheers, chat. To anybody out there also having a drink. And, to our stupid elvish mayor. And I also grabbed snacks, because it's not good to drink without snacks, and I haven't actually eaten food in a while. Oh, you were getting worried? Why, because I wasn't on stream for a while? Yeah. No, sorry, I was talking to Katie, as well as grabbing food. Also, I'm getting a little jittery, so I should probably eat something anyway. What's happening? Oh, we got a baby boy. Loler has given birth to a baby boy. I always love looking at babies' thoughts. No, I was talking with her while I was grabbing food. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? Is talk to your significant other while you quickly grab food. Anyway, how you doing, Flightborn? The son of Wallyore slapped daggers. And Olin... Oh, wow, that's not a very good dwarf. Olin has been a problem. Dwarf snapped a little bit. This dwarf already dreams of mastering a skill. I mean, he's quick to heal. Alright, let's pop down here. Kind of keep an eye on notifications and try and get the rest of this sealed in. But yeah, no, Innocent Gun is like one of the few like import beers that I kind of go out of my way to buy. Even though it's quite expensive, but it's like, it's just so good. It's just so good. I mean, there was one like positive reaction in chat. So someone else must know what I'm talking about, but if you like barrel-aged beers, it's so good. God damn. Alright. Beers in Dwarf Fortress. Sounds like a good way to spend a Saturday. What do you guys think? You're working on starting your music career? Oh, really? In what way, if you don't mind me asking? My little sister has been teaching violin full-time recently. Been very proud of her. Out of all of us, she was the only one that actually went anywhere with her music, even though we all played classical instruments when we were younger. It's good times, though. I very much enjoyed it. So you can delve into some alcohol? Just come to Canada. Just come up to Canada. It's fine. Don't have to worry about being 21. I always got a kick out of going to Twitch cons. Because, like, you know, I was, like, you know, 23, 24. And I know a bunch about beer, and I'd been drinking since I was 19. And all my friends at TwitchCon are just like, I don't know what alcohol is, because I just turned 21. And I'm just like, huh. Guys are all children. So are you just looking for metal recommendations? Or are you like already into metal and trying to learn how to create metal? Because if you want recommendations, type in !ATVD. It's my lovely podcast where we literally recommend usually metal 2 bands per episode. And Hobokeb is like our one loyal fan and can tell you that it's a good show that's worth listening to, right, Hobokeb? Loyal fan who likes listening to my podcast? Cool. Socks and robes and shoes are actually getting made. That's good. Careful, Hobo. Careful. You're gonna, like, like, recommend us. You wouldn't want to do that now, would you? Asked Oceanizgiz. I'm not sure how to say that. We'll just say asked. The Stonecrafter has created Obisir, a slate figurine. So completely useless. I shouldn't have eaten a piece of cucumber. Odib Uthpillar. He claims it as an heirloom. In the name of the family ancestor, Turn Drillinks. Yeah, so here's the thing, Drumming. If you don't make socks and shoes for your dwarves, they will eventually go insane due to having shitty clothing. I kid ye not. All right, well, let's take a peek. Wow, this is a slate figurine of Udib. All craft worship is of the highest quality. The item is masterfully designed image of Udib, the dwarf, and dwarves in slate by Ast. Udib is surrounded by dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Udib to the position of queen of the humorous seals in midsummer of 258, so like a recent appointing of our queen. It is encrusted with Crushon slate cabicons and encircled with bands of oval slate cabicons. This object menaced with spikes of slate. On the item is an image of Cadol, plain lanterns, the dwarf, and dwarves, and in naked mole dog bone. Cadol is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Cadol to the position of king, the humorous seals in the year 01. So it's like a queen being appointed alongside of a king, our first ever king, being appointed. That's kind of cool. So it's like a royal figurine, essentially. That's neat. How much is that worth? 6,000, so not much. All right, well, let's pop up. I do have some open statues where we could put it. Just display items. Cool. Let's display the artifact up here. Somewhere for us to put it. So how do you plan to kickstart your music career then, out of curiosity? Are you just going to start writing music? Because there's a lot more to it than that. The business of music is a complicated one. I'm just good at writing or asking questions, really. It's up to you if you want to answer them. Remember, as a streamer, it's my job to keep the conversation going. But that is totally fair. It's like, can we get those floors filled in? Here they come. Frickin' finally. Well, the music industry is the hardest, or one of the hardest artistic industries to get into. Well, I mean, best of luck. I would know how to get into art. I'd know how to get into drawing. I'd know how to get into digital art. I'd know how to get into video production. I'd know how to get into filmmaking. I'd know how to get into a lot of music, like a lot of different types of creative occupations. But if someone told me to get into music, I would have no idea where to start. So best of luck. And this is from the point of view of somebody who has years of music training in classical. Like, I played cello for years. I would have no idea where to start. If you told me to go get into the music industry, I would just look at you like, what? So, best of luck. Especially, if you have no idea what you're doing at this point. Like, if you're just getting started, like, no, you wouldn't. No, I would know where to start. But no, you wouldn't need to pay me. I'm not the person to talk to. I think you might be misunderstanding me. I say that if I was told I needed to get into a specific industry, I would go and I would know who to talk to. But music, no idea. I'd have friends, like, to put it this way, right? I have friends that do graphic design. Quite a few friends. If I wanted to get into graphic design, I would have plenty of people I could go to get advice from. I know one person who does music, and he's okay. But it's not an easy industry to get into. Music is weird too, because like most of the most successful musicians are just bedroom trained. Like, no traditional training whatsoever. It's almost like it's just dumb luck. Really. It's almost like it's just dumb luck. Just write a catchy tune. Get lucky. Put it in the right place. The right people hear it. Also, I don't actually think investments have been done today. No, they haven't. Heads up, chat room, investments are open. I'm a big dummy. I forgot to remind people to do investing. Also, I wonder if I can assign that temple now. Assign location, the Bronze Cathedral. Assign room to Wiktionary. Okay. So this statue is now assigned to the Bronze Cathedral, which is a cathedral to the god Datan, and the owner of this location is Wiktionary. Wiktionary is a retired dwarf which I'm slowly putting a bunch of, stuff in here for, to hopefully make him, or allow him to live out the rest of his days happily, because that poor dwarf has been through so much. Like, so much. To the point where I hope that... There you are. This flickering dwarf basically crawls around on the ground, like... Worried after being unable to acquire something for too long. Restless after the lack of abstract thinking for too long, and felt lonely after being away from family. When you're at table and it is interesting. But hopefully... this dwarf can become happier in their life. It's not what I want. I want to see... Okay, so you have a royal bed. Your holdings are a royal bedroom, 3 chests, and 4 cabinets. We're treating you as royalty because you've been here for so long. Well, this dwarf, McFlightborn, has been in multiple forts and was practically paralyzed in the most recent fight. Balinor, I hope you're doing well, by the way. Was practically paralyzed during one of our most recent fights. I owe this dwarf that much, you know. Gotta keep them functional, or at the very least happy and comfortable. So, what did you impose a ban on? Okay, so far this weird elvish mayor has been pretty normal. It's exported. It mandates the export of armor, the export of armor stands is now prohibited, so we can't export armor stands. Balinor! Thank you for the 19 months.
Crypt Calcium.
I owe you 5 push-ups or 5 sit-ups. I've done 45 sit-ups and 15 push-ups today. What do I owe you today? And thank you very much for the 19-month streak. Seriously. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, this game's hypnotic, isn't it? I said 15. So I've done... I can make it an even 50 for sit-ups. Uh-oh. Why is there so many webs here? Huh. I guess it's from that spider. So I could make it an even 50 for sit-ups. Or I can make it an even 20 for push-ups. It's up to you. Is that mine? That book right there? Discovering the Village. Let's claim it. Someone dropped it. Apparently it's got human blood on it. This is a rose gold bounded codex. It was written in portion by Colin, and it consists of a 59-page guide entitled Discovering the Village, authored by Lorbam Separdid, and it contains a hamlet entranced. The writing skips around a lot and is quite cruel. Overall, the prose is amateurish at best. Gotta go. We'll see you later, drumming. Cheers, dude. Dealer's choice. We'll just bring it up to 20 push-ups. I'll give it to the underdog. There we go. So we're now at 20 push-ups and 45 sit-ups on the day. Oh, totally. When do I not butcher names, though? Yeah, I meant literally. Yeah, no. If you subscribe or give me money, I cause myself physical pain and stress for your cruel entertainment. Yesterday I streamed for like 10 hours, then right at the very end, a good friend of mine dropped the $100 tip on me. And I was like, well, I guess I'm doing 50 push-ups and 50 sit-ups now. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. All right, let's just set up more bedrooms up top here. Nope, just DD. DD is what I need to hit. But yeah, no, I did mean literally. I will do push-ups for you. So if you want to kill me, you can kill me. For your own entertainment. And then if people asks me really nicely, and I want one, and someone throws me money, I will go grab a beer, which is why we have a beer, which is why I was gone for a bit. Well, if you have Twitch Prime, and you haven't subscribed to anyone with Twitch Prime, because you have the Twitch Prime badge, you should be, if you are on a PC, you should be able to click on the subscribe button and then just click subscribe free. Assuming you haven't used that before, that's all that you need to do. Or I think it just says subscribe free with Prime. And you don't want to lose the badge you've earned? Well, you won't lose it if you subscribe to someone else, but fair enough, if you have a Summit sub running. Then after that, it's the same thing. You click on the subscribe thing, you click a tier, and you click a button. Quick chat, teach McFlightborn how to subscribe. But don't worry about it, man. Besides, chat room, let me ask you guys a question to anybody listening. Are my emotes better than Summit's? Like, serious question. Aren't, like, my emotes are better than Summit's, right? Like, when it comes to rarity to quality ratio, my emotes are far superior. You know? Like, if Summit is like the big brand Walmart of emotes, my emotes are like a fine... I'm trying to think of a good word here. We're like the craft brew of emotes. Because not that many people have my emotes. Only 187 people have my emotes. Alright. Yeah, my emotes are far superior. Okay? Who wants to stare at that dumb face when you could strip that skin down and stare at a stupid skull? I'm just gonna put it out there. Thank you, not biased at all, Malik. Hey, Damios. Alright, did you just pop back in, or were you just posting a panda for the sake of it? Yeah, no, I'm not biased at all. Not biased in the slightest. Getting those floors smoothed up. And you're entitled to love Summit. You can love Summit for the rest of your life. But remember, no matter how much you love Summit, there is always going to be a skeleton inside of you, which will remind you every single day that twitch.tv/blindIRL is the true place to leave your Twitch Prime subscription. Because there's a skeleton inside all of us. Sometimes you just need to remove some flesh to show it, though. And that's why my emotes are the best. For the therapy I've given you over the years, I'm not a professional, nor a therapist. So don't treat me as such. I'm very offended by that concept. There was actually a tweet rolling around recently, which was, streamers are not fucking therapists. Get a therapist. Which made me chuckle. Those are special. Squig. Those are special. Try again, Squig. It's fine. Just do it again. We'll wait. We'll wait. Nobody block this. Come on, Squig. You can do it. I have faith in you. No? Okay. See, this is why my combo is better, because, like, you can just do it on one line, right? Don't need to worry about messing it up. Are dwarves even going down into here? Okay, so I'm going to dig a up-down stair. Right here. Up to there. I'm going to make an access tunnel. You know what, we're doing that, chat. Quick chat, post your favorite emote. Just your favorite emote from all of Twitch. No biases, it doesn't matter. Just post your favorite emote. Let's clear out some trees. See how all of this goes. I will post my favorite emote. Or at least the emote I use the most. It's Bella High. Closely followed by Cringe T. You like Dire Dwarf Tran? Fair enough. I just want my dwarves to have easy access to down here because there's a lot of nice gems that I'd like to cut out. Don't panic. You know, I miss that emote. Frequently, actually. Frequently. It's a good one, Valinor. It's also a good one. So why aren't you guys doing the proper thing, which is just typing in the word beer? Come on. Just type in the word beer a couple times, because that is the correct response to what is your favorite emote, chat room. Just want you to all know that you guys have screwed up. It's quite possible that you were all wrong. Also, if you're having a beer, cheers. Tweet me a picture. And before I'm gonna get sloppy because I'm too busy enjoying this beer and this fortress is going to fall. Also, how's Call of Duty's HoboCab? Also, let's pop up. Let's actually set up a safety mechanism. So I have installed this other lever. the slate lever. I'm going to add a new task. I'm going to link it to a bridge. This bridge right here. And I'm going to control name it. We're going to call it Lower Caves. So Lower Caves lever is going to get linked up down here. And this will allow us to seal off this lower level. So if something bad shows up down here, if something bad shows up down here, or even if something bad shows up here with wings that can fly down here, then we can defend this. Hey, Gorkum. Also, the comment was up earlier about this, so I'm actually kind of curious. I've had a few people mention roguelikes while I'm streaming Dwarf Fortress. If I were to pick up a roguelike, and by roguelike I mean traditional ASCII roguelike like CDDA or Addom, which one would you want to see me pick up? I'm not promising anything right now, but I'm just asking the question, because the question needs to be asked. Ooh. I'm so jealous about how easily you have access to stone brewing beer, Hobo. Like, actually, genuinely jealous about that. Also, I like the font on your keyboard. That's a cool font. Nice class, too. Wait, what does that mean? Uh-oh. No, we're fine. We don't have any new nobles. Lady of the group of business. Does anybody know what that means? I certainly don't. Serious question. Does anybody know what the taking the position of lady of the group of business would mean? Also, as always, if anybody's confused about anything that you're looking at in Dwarf Fortress, feel free to ask or let me know. And I will do my best to explain what you're looking at. Also, looks like that mining is getting done. Here comes the dwarf. There's children outside, chat room. Send help. Or don't, actually. I don't know if I want all of you guys showing up outside my house. That would maybe be bad. So we're gonna go find out what's out here, and hopefully go exploring. Hopefully go exploring pretty quickly. Thank you for all the support today, guys. You guys are too kind. It's been a very long spring. I talked about this last night while I was playing Risk of Rain, but springtime is the slowest season for Twitch. And it's been a really long spring. Normally things kind of start to pick up by about late May-ish. Sometime between April and May, things start to pick up. And it's taken longer than normal, so it's been a little bit stressful for some people, including myself. So thanks for all the support recently. Last like 2 days have been really nice. All right, so let's watch them explore. Which means, ooh, I kind of like this area. There's like 2 pawns. To go collect some silk, clearly. Because we need unused silk, too. Not find path to fell tree, that's fair. We struck red zircon, blue garnet, and pyrite. Does anybody know what pyrite is? Because I certainly do not. Fool's gold? Is that what pyrite is? Yeah, it's fool's gold. Just another rock. I like that. Just another rock trademark. Okay. It's actually just metal in disguise. There's a lot of really big mushrooms down here. It's gonna be fun watching all of those collapse. So, can I get some prayers for no injuries? You know, I'm actually just going to build. Actually, I'm going to zoom out one. We're all the way zoomed in. Let's just build a pile for wood and put it right here. Fool's gold. Yes. That's what a quick Google search told me. But of course, being me, I always ask first. All right, so now we wait. Man, we have boatloads of meat all of a sudden, so that's great. We're also using our plants as fast as we are gathering them, so. I kind of want to hollow this area out down here. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we'll figure something out, I'm sure. But this lower area is really freaking cool already, so. If we need to seal all this off, we can. What was that? Oh no. Dwarf went berserk. Where did you go? I've got a few dwarves that are very stressed out. So tobacco went berserk. Oh, I see you. There you are. It's a human hammer person. Oh, that's why I was like super confused by it. So they seem to just all be piling on. A lot of panicking dwarves, mostly. There's blood on the walls. It's definitely a big fight. Everybody's panicking, kind of backing up. There's teeth on the ground. Seems to be injuries. Looks like the fight's still going on. Seems like they're splitting. They just pounced on her. Like, she just went berserk behind the bar, and they all just jumped over and just beat the crap out of her. Oh, she's dead. It's done. Corpse can be removed. Yeah, no, that was the dwarf that literally just got appointed with something, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, was struck down pretty quickly. Wonder what's up with all these job cancels. Probably because of the... Tobacco Spring Lightened. Is that the same dwarf? The same person who went insane? Spring Lightened. Nope, different tobacco. Okay. Well... No, it's a different person. Freskins, so it's okay. I mean, they weren't in my nobles list, and still aren't. So, meh. There's now a whole bunch of upset people out here, including some upset bards. Hey, man, it's not a good tavern unless there's occasionally horrible murder. Now, get back to dancing. Or are you saying that what, for our others, just the random guests? These people? Fair enough. But that wasn't the lady the person that got appointed as the lady of a certain faction that I'm unfamiliar with. Wasn't the person that went berserk though. So I'm not too concerned. It wasn't that dwarf. It was well, that was a human. The one that got appointed something isn't a member of my isn't a member of my fort. They're a visitor. No, I don't have any weird nobles. This is the nobles screen. Mayor, captain of the guard, militia commander, hammerer, which is vacant, manager, chief medical dwarf, broker, bookkeeper. That's it. Nothing weird. Just the normals. So if I have any weird nobles, it's nothing recent. Yeah, and then under you, the unit member, menu, administrator, doctor, clerk, blah, 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 blah. Just nothing out of the ordinary. You're a chef. Well, I mean, then you can cook for me, right? But yeah, no, I don't see, like, I scrolled through this. I don't see any weird nobles. Welcome back, Grimfox. Yeah, no, we're good. Like, the person that was appointed that was just a visitor. And I don't think I need to make throne rooms for visitors? What is that? And why is it panicking? Oh, it's a Krundle. That's why. So we're exploring this lower cavern now. You always eat what you're baking and it's nasty? I cook dinner every night. Or most nights. Not the last few nights. I've been really tired, but I blame you guys. I streamed too long. Let's just check the unit list. Also, apparently there was a piece on Finnish radio about this game today, which is interesting. Yeah, I'm in guests right now. I'm just scrolling down. Baroness Consort, for example, who's discussing hospitals, apparently. Yeah, just my caged blind cave ogre is the only creepy thing. Apparently I have a caged Gorlock. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Yeah, no, you're completely correct. You do need to keep on top of people in your fort. White opal. That is neat. I should have very low idlers right now because they should all be running down here to go collect wood. Which means they'll be running through these lovely art-filled hallways. Which is the best. Excuse me, please come down through the art museum. who am I supposed to check if they like their dwellings? What, the Baroness? Who's visiting? But if they're visiting, I don't need to worry about them. They'll just screw off eventually, right? It's probably completely incorrect. Where are you yet, anyway? The Baroness Consort? This person? Is it this? No. What, do I... Like, here's the thing. I know she doesn't like her lodgings because we have no lodgings for the people just visiting. Just for reference. And I don't know how to check her dwellings. So how do I do that from this menu? Freskins. There's a lot of Crundles. Is it in Z menu maybe? Visitors come to perform, and she heard the Honey of Creations was a place to entertain people. Her thoughts? I mean, I'm not, like, ready to give her beautiful things. She's incredibly, like, I don't have access to her thoughts because she's not living here. She's just staying here temporarily. So I'm not too concerned. The human that went berserk was a mercenary. So I think that's kind of a different position, eh? Or kind of a different situation? I mean, I could be completely mistaken, but... Yeah, no, like all the people that you're telling me to check the thoughts of are not permanent residents, so they should be fine. Yeah, which means I just shouldn't accept any performers. And I don't generally. Because she's not a permanent resident, she's in the guest menu, so I don't have access to her thoughts or anything. Which means she might be pissed off at her lodgings, but I won't know. Also, we're getting a lot of good stuff. Also, let's see if Wiktionary's gone less insane yet. Looks like Wiktionary is just taking up his permanent occupation detailing walls. I don't actually know how to get to that. That's what I wanted. Over the long term, Wiktionary has been under a great deal of stress. Within the last season, he was worried after being unable to acquire something for too long. How can someone become so consumed by hate? Values decorum. It's only 99 years old. So young for a dwarf. I really hope that this dwarf is able to just be happy. It's hard to do, but... hope we're able to just pull it off. As we just continue to clear out down here. That poor panicked Crundle. Somebody punched the Crundle or something. Somebody attacked the Crundle, because the Crundle is wounded. But there's just like a Crundle who's just like chilling down here with a little exclamation point on it, and it's not happy. There's just dwarves everywhere just invading its natural habitat. I almost feel bad for it, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder where dwarves are headed. Anybody else here holding popcorn and just waiting for something terrible to happen down here? Because I'm totally waiting for that. More pyrite. There's just dwarves everywhere. Jesus, there's literally dwarves everywhere. The dead animal down here. There's a lot of blood down here too. What kind of blood is it? Oh, cave crocodile blood. Lovely. I don't know what could possibly go wrong. It's okay. Most of these are problems for tomorrow me. Current day me, totally fine with everything happening right about now. Do you think chopping down a shit ton of trees is going to piss off my mayor? Because we do have an elvish mayor. Be honest, the second we got that mayor, I was fully expecting... the mayor to just say, you're no longer allowed to export wood or anything made, like, or chop down trees. I was fully expecting all of that, but... What? Some migrants have arrived. Oh, would you look at that? Some migrants have arrived to stay in the mighty Wallyore. Couple crafting types. You're not a fisher dwarf, are you? Hey, Kurt. How you doing? I have no use for fishermen. So how's things, Kurt? How's your weekend been so far? We're clearing out trees down in the caverns. Well, by trees, I mean giant fungi. We're gonna have a very large supply of wood. To the point where we could just straight up lock down the outside and just pretend it's not there. There's also a lot of space to grow down here. Not currently crafting. No, just very... You know what? Actually, we're going to remove all this. Not currently. Right now, it's literally just we're digging around in caverns and playing down in caverns. The closest... We don't really have a tower. We do kind of have, like, a multi-layered wall out here, which is partially done. And then some traps. That's about it. But mostly, we're just beneath ground. Mostly we're just digging around in caverns. It's mostly just like this very large pit that I've hollowed out. So this first... Uh-oh, there's some crundles over there. Troglodytes over there, not crundles. It's this giant underground lake that we found, which I thought was really cool. So we like built a structure in here that's sealed. Don't ask me why there's a dead dwarf up there. I don't actually know. And then I kind of started hollowing out and then decided that it would be really cool to just build a really deep pit. So we just built a big pit. Also, I need to smooth this stuff up here. Let's also... let's just make some rock crafts. Actually, hold on. Let's... I'm making blocks right now. Yes, we are. Craft. Rock. Just make boatloads of rock crafts. So yeah, we kind of started digging out these bedrooms. I made this really big pit. And then inside of the pit, I made another pit, which just has more rocks in it. And so then there's all these bedrooms inside of the pit, kind of. Like around the edge of the pit, which I think is really cool. And I'm actually really proud of how it turned out. And over here we have this really big hole, which I have slowly been making artwork all the way down and around the outside, which goes down, down, down to here. And then from here we've dug down into the lower caverns, which is where we are now, and we're just digging out the inside. So I hope you caught all of that, Crafty, and I hope you're paying 100% attention. And scraping paint on the house, like on the outside of the house, Kurt? That sounds weirdly cathartic. I'm not gonna lie, that sounds very cathartic. But yeah, so that's where we're at right now, Crafty. And I hope that your weekend is going awesome so far. I'm kind of tempted to just grab my military and kill that Crundle real quick. Is that the Fool's Gold up there? I'm assuming that's... Okay, so there's the Fool's Gold. We also have hewn garnets. More Fool's Gold. What's this? Black pyrope. Let's zoom out and take a look at this lower cavern, because I haven't really looked at it since we've done some exploring. Oh wow, there's a lot of space down here. Okay, so there's just this lower, like, water level. It's pretty big. Like, expansive. And we're just running around in here like crazy. This could go real bad if something bad shows up. We're really tempting fate here. I'll put it that way. We are really tempting fate. Is there fish in here? Shit, there's cave fish down here. We could actually go fishing. So if we get fisher dwarves, they're not totally useless anymore. Well, shit. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I finished my beer, so thank you, Hobo, for buying me a beer. Is that Wiktionary? Man, your state's gotten worse. At least you feel satisfied at work. A bunch of scholars are visiting. I do have a library, but never really thought it was scholar-worthy. I really wish that they would clean that blood off the walls. It's like, I know that we had a dwarf go insane, but... Are you carrying a dead troll? There wasn't combat with a troll, was there? Yeah, just a lot of troglodytes. I don't really see any trolls. Alright, chat room. So, you know what? I have a beer in me and I wanted to keep today's stream a little bit shorter anyway. I think I'm gonna call it early today. And just go and chill. You know, we did stream 4.5 hours, and I do always say that I want to try and keep these weekend streams closer to about 4 to 5 hours. So I think I'm gonna take it easy today. You know, we've got kind of a lot to work up towards for tomorrow. And I got a lot of things to manage for tomorrow. I have a podcast I'd like to edit, and I just kind of want to chill out on my Saturday, because I haven't had a lot of days off recently. So I think I'm just going to call it. Squig, can you explain to me a question that I have? What is the meme behind that emote? Because I don't get it. No? Okay. It'd be nice if you could, but it's Vine sauce memes. I don't understand what they mean half the time. But yeah, no, I'm gonna check a host over at my friend Bellinair. I'm actually gonna hang out in his chat for a bit because I like watching Bellinair, and I don't get to watch him very frequently. But thank you guys for all the cheers, the few new subs, a few resubs. You guys are awesome. Past 2 days have been great. And I'm just gonna go check a host over at Bellinair, who is playing Swimmer World, I think. Unless he just ended stealthily. Nope, he's still going. I typed in 2 L's the first time. Yeah, so I'm gonna check a host over at Bellinair. I will see you guys later, okay? And Freskins, if you're watching, I'm gonna upload the save file. A couple minutes. Hi and bye. Sorry. Kurt. Kurt, please. I'm just saying here, I'm like, I just want to chill out and just call it a day and just, you know, just go relax, and then you do that. And then you do that. Thank you. I need my training. You're not wrong. 5 push-ups it is. So that's 25 push-ups and 45 sit-ups on the day. Thank you. Seriously. And we will all say thank you for gifting 5 subs. If you were caught in that sub bomb right there, thank you very much for watching the stream long enough to get caught. And thanks to Kurt for gifting 5 subs. And you know, honestly, I never know what to say to these, but enjoy those emotes for the next 30 days. Seriously. And thanks for helping the sub count a little bit. I will be back tomorrow. We'll do a longer stream tomorrow. I've been really tired the past 2 days, and I want to take today easy. So we're going to do that. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching once again. And thanks for the clip, Filth. And I'm going to go chuck a host over at Bellinair. You guys go pile in there. Tell him I sent you, okay? Okay? Thank you. Night, Malik. Bellinair hosts me almost every day, so, you know, have to host him on the weekends. Thanks for watching. I feel bad ending now that you gifted subs, but, like, you know, cheers, guys.